Welcome to McBente Community Hospital, a hospital built to serve, to care, to educate, and where no one is refused. McBente Community Hospital is located north of the capital Freetown in Sierra Leone, West Africa, in the vicinity of Makeni, the capital of the Bombali district. McBente Community Hospital arises in what was known before as McBente Refugee Camp during the times of the Civil War. Now it has become a refuge for the sick and poor, for the needy and unprotected. McBente Community Hospital is also a monument to the faith of those who believed that this dream could be a reality.
My name is Harald, and I come now for 23 years to Sierra Leone. I started in Masanga Leprosy Hospital. It was Masanga Leprosy Hospital. It was an Adventist hospital that is no more really existent today after the war. In that time I saw things that I never saw in my life. People suffering, dying in my arms. And as I came back home, I thought what we can do to help that poor people. There was absolutely nothing. The war started in '91, and it was a time of hell in Sierra Leone. People was killed, people was really taking the arms and the hands off. And many came to me and asked me for help. But many died. And Dr. Ebedi in that time, he thought over what we do if that continue. And one day he wrote me a letter and said, we have to do something. More people die and we need a hospital. He made a small plan from a 50-bed bush hospital. But in the end, the accounts was for $100,000. In that time, $100,000 for me was so much that if you know Switzerland, it is a big high mountain there, and I said I can never go over that because that money I will never receive. But we must not forget God. As I was laid down in a hospital myself, and I received that letter from Dr. Ebedi, a brother came to visit me, and I told him the story, and he said, "You believe God or not?" And I said, "Sure, I believe God." But 100,000, I said, "Hey, God to do all things." So I said, "What is to do?" He said, "Pray. Take your family and pray for that." But we said, okay, we can pray, but how we know that God wants that hospital? And in the end, we made a deal with God. It sounds maybe a little crazy, but I think we can do that. So it was in '96, in October, and we said to God, if you want that hospital in McBente, then you give us the money until '97 in December. And we prayed. We were not so many, but we prayed every day. I spoke to our people, and the year was passed and no money came. So we almost cancelled, and we said, okay, we continue our work, what we do in Sierra Leone, but no hospital. But one day, it was in November that I came home, and my wife, she said, today is a happy day. I said, what has happened? And she said, look on your plate. I looked on my plate. It was an envelope, and in that envelope was a check for $100,000. For us, it was the first time that we really made experiences with God. We couldn't believe it, and we cried. It was so something that I can even not explain. But from that time, God was on our side, and whatever we needed, He gave it. Not to the time that we asked, but little by little, we could build that hospital, and we could bring development. And if you look today, the hospital is big. It is the biggest hospital in the whole north. We look about behind 300,000 people, and we have many departments, and we make also a lot of charity work. Many people had to die if we don't enter in the story we pay operations and health care. Today we are happy that we have that hospital. It was really not always easy, but with the help of God, possible.
The passion to build the Magbente Community Hospital arose during my study in Malawi, when I felt the need that we need to do something for the people of Shiragi. So when I came back, I wrote a project to Mr. Pfeiffer, as he mentioned. From there, the construction of this hospital was commenced. The whole concept to have a hospital was to help humanity, as we saw the need of how much people are suffering in this country, the need for proper health care, the need for proper services. We were impelled to come up with this project. Today, this hospital is realized, the hospital is built.
What's your name? Okay. Musaide.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Mahmoud B. Kamara. We started this project a couple of years back, and finally we came to realize this project when it was inaugurated in 2007, and I've been working here since then.
Here we are in the maternity ward. The maternity ward, we have antenatal mothers, pregnant ladies, and a lot of ladies after delivery. We have a lot of normal deliveries, but also some cesarean sections. One example is sitting here next by me, Adama Kamara. She's 27 years old. She delivered her third baby yesterday. The other two are at home. On antenatal, she was faithfully incoming. And then we did scanning and we saw that this baby was a breech. And as you can see, this is quite a huge baby. So we decided to do a cesarean section on her, and now she has a healthy baby. Here we are in Children's Ward. Children's Ward is one of our busiest wards in the highest turnover. We have 28 beds, but very often we have more than 28 children in the hospital. In the future we hope to extend this ward to make more space for the children. The children under 5 medical treated are for free, as long as we can afford. Operations, they pay a small fee. Over 5 they also pay a small fee. Most of the conditions that we see here, it's malaria. The same count for Abubakar here. He came yesterday with severe malaria, and as you see, he's already improving today. He's on malaria medication, and also Vibo here, still quite sick but improving compared to yesterday. Also came yesterday with malaria and pneumonia, so he's treated for both. As you might see that the rest of the ward seems a bit empty. That's because most of them, they are outside during the day. The children that are better and improving, they stay outside most of the times with their mothers.